Alright, so before the full entirety of this video starts, this is going to be as a disclaimer on what this video is about. This video is me ranting about entirely about life and life within the internet as a whole. And this video is going to be released in the same general area within my second channel, but it's also going to be released within my main channel. And I wanted to basically try to explain to you guys that the stuff that I keep on seeing within on the internet, especially what's happening within real life, is absolutely not okay by any means, because this entire fiasco of people who doesn't understand their shit, doesn't learn their past mistakes, end up being the ones who turns out to be as bullies. And this is absolutely not okay. Basically, this is the final time of me talking about the riot situation that I talked about from before. And also, as a little disclaimer for the end of the video, I did explain about, how my room is what it looks like, what it is, because I am still trying my best to find a job. That's the main priority reason to do. And I'm also trying to still take care of my mom, because she, again, I'm gonna say it again, because she lost her lower leg to a doctor that we're trying to sue, that screwed her life over. And that's what's been happening. My dad, for those who are not aware of this, he had a little mini strokes and had some issue with the thread of one of the veins not going through to his head from the back within last month of last year. And as for my second older brother Richard, he still tries to help out, but yet when it comes down to him, he's just, I don't know why he does not let his ego go. I still have to complain to him about that. But still, besides the point here is, I'm not trying to be like these type of people who lives in someone's home for who knows how long, which is absolutely diabolical to me. Which that's what I'm not trying to do. But due to my, like, let's say my disability with my autism, this is not an excuse, by the way. It's kind of somewhat, if that makes more sense to you guys, if you guys don't know me, but it's not really an excuse because of the way how my general consensus of, like, the way I'm speaking, and due to the stuff that I can't really do. So I'm still trying to find a job that is involvement of cleaning, because I've been starting to really start cleaning the dishes a lot more. I've been starting to clean stuff around the house a lot more, and I need to find a job that is involvements with cleaning products, or have a place where I could do cleaning, not janitor wise. If everybody thinks about that, that's just one of those common ones. I would need one that is a perfect thing in the field, where if anybody ends up calling me or some shit like that, and if they want their house to be clean, I will instantly be on that job. And in order to do that, that would be something that is something I would able to do. And other than that, again, this entire video is me just complaining about life within the internet, on why bullies should not exist and take advantage of anybody that's going through some rough times. Because again, I also am going through the rough times because of what's happening around the world. But again, I keep on telling y'all, this is why we cannot let bullies take control of the narrative and flip the entirety of the history that we built upside down to erase everything. We cannot let this happen. We cannot normalize bullying. And I did say that within the end of the video too. So I just wanted to say that now. But again, thank you to King Excalibur for providing this video out, talking about more of the Rai situation and the entirety of people who got involved is in the entirety of the shenanigans, and some people who took the entirety of this situation as an advantage. Just again, please, and this is a note here too, and I know this is a long disclaimer, so I apologize. Whatchamacallit? Please do not listen to people who tends to be as heroes, because think of Titan within Megamind, because Megamind tried to help this person out who it was Al. I think it's Hal. I think that's his name. I forgot. Okay, as it turns out, it is Titan, spelled like this. I don't know why, but it's also Hal Stewart. And yes, that's literally the character's name before he turned himself into Titan because of Megamind himself. So yeah, so I was right. But he needed help with his new powers by, you know, pretend of a father, which is Megamind, and all of a sudden Titan ends up turning evil for not getting what he wants, and he turns out evil in the sense of not being a hero, if that makes more sense. That's what's happening with what's really happening right now as we speak. We cannot normalize bullying. We cannot normalize people turning on marginalized people who are trying to live their lives and trying to get their shit together. And I mean it seriously. I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but I'm just saying this is what I'm trying to tell you. Because the real people who are heroes to you is the true friends that you have, the family members that understand you, and the good content creators that are trying to combat this rhetoric. This entirety of the narrative of bullying has to stop. And if we don't stop it, the ultimate battle that we're going to be in is going to be a never-ending story, and no pun intended. But that's all I have to say here. I'll let my past self from Wednesday the 21st explain what he had to explain, and that's pretty much it from my own side. This is from Thursday of this recording, and I'll see you guys later. And as always, stay fresh. Well, this is the unexpected video from me to be making right now. I know my hair looks so fucking messed up. Don't judge my hair. All creators, we have to talk. Like, seriously, we need to fucking talk. So, a few months back, I did a live stream that was relating towards, if I could bring it up again, you guys do remember this live stream of me talking about the Rai situation, and it was a good time to be alive, because let me tell you guys, with you guys looking at this live stream, dude, it has gone so much out of hand. And the reason why I want to say this real quick is thank you guys for almost 800 views on that live stream, because it beat out this live stream when I did back in the day. Oh my god, it looked so terrible. Not terrible, like the way my chin was back then. Enough of that. So that did happen, and there was another situation that happened, which I would never mention it again, but you guys could check it out within my second channel. It's combined together with this video, so hopefully this does go out to anybody that knows about mostly just the Rai situation, because this is getting a lot of out of hand, and I was pretty disappointed with some people who are trying their best to basically get him out of here as best as we could, or as best as they could. And all of a sudden, what they did, besides Rai himself, but it's not just him, there's some other ones that are in the peanut gallery of his own supporting group that they have done, is pretty shitty. I just wanted to kind of like talk about this mostly. It's about it's about the entirety of the full synopsis of this guy's story named King Excalibur, who by the way, I'll link it to the actual original video to the description, but dude, oh my lord, this video summarizes on some people who doesn't let things go. And let me tell you this too, if you guys remember the person who was originally trying to call out him, Rye himself, for the stuff that he has done, Benny, she herself claims to be saying the "I told you so" line for who knows how long. And let me tell you, I feel so dumbfounded on keeping her around, or rather support her around. And the problem with her, and it's mentioned right here in this video right here, like right this in the general area here at the end of it, bro, the way how I knew this from the start is I did tell her, and I replied to her, to stop bringing him up. It's already done. And yet, this dude right here, King Excalibur, is a fucking legend. I'm gonna give him props. I'm gonna give him the most credit out of this entirety of this video, because I know he doesn't know who I am, but if he does somehow watch this, let me tell you, I have seen a bunch of bullshit that I have seen all across the internet, even within real life, to the extent, because this shows the whole entire thing, that racism, well, it's not mentioning racism, but it mentions about the pedo stuff, the whatchamacallit, man, hold on, the pedo, the racism, the narcissism, vandalism, and all the other shit is in here. And people who don't remember about those terms, once you start watching this video, guys, I'm talking to my own audience here, please make sure you watch and look up those definitions to understand what those words mean, because it's very, very, very important to understand all of this, because this is by far the most provided information I ever seen by King Excalibur, and I'm very surprised. And on top of all this is that this retextualized my brain again. Like, this is the second retextualization moment again, based on what just happened here. Now I'm gonna admit, before this entire shit show went down, I was a Riot fanboy who used to love him, by the way. I used to watch videos back in the day about his own, videos that we all know, right? But I decided to not be as a fan of him anymore. But it's not just not me being a fan of him anymore, it's also the entirety of the franchise of FNAF. And the reason why that is the case is super simple. So with that in mind, the reason why I'm no longer considered myself as a FNAF fan, because of the toxicity that involves around the dark side of the community of itself, because of him, because of Aaron, because of the people who are trying to basically try to get those people down, but yet all of a sudden they themselves were not trying to understand to let things go. And it's absolutely pathetic, and there's reasons why that's to the extent. And there's reasons behind all this that really textualizes so much on what's going on. And I'm not saying anything, whatever what is going on here with the United States. And it's really paralleling on what these people would do because the Orange Man himself does the exact same shit. Seriously. I mean it seriously. If you look at any video that you think of, doesn't matter if you believe it or not, this is exactly what I've been trying to warn everybody. From my family members, my own friends, and all that other shit. And like I said, the reason I'm not considered as a FNAF fan as well is because of the shit that is so screwed up. I don't feel belong into the FNAF fandom as much because of the rhetoric that has happened within that dark side part of the community. The other side of it is fine. I respect you guys to continue what you do. But those type of people like Rye and the others, shame on you for not for basically letting this all happen and you show your true colors. It's absolutely pathetic. It's absolutely fascism by all means. That's literally fascism to me. And the reason why I'm saying fascism is because of what's happening within the United States. But again, I don't care what anybody would say about that because, come on. You guys already know about this type of shit. And I don't mean it seriously about stuff that is what is paralleling. But to my own contrast of everything, there's reasons why I'm considered as a Stranger Things fan, because that fandom, specifically the good side of the fandom, not the bad side of the fandom, but the good side of the fandom is a lot more stronger than the bad side of the fandom of itself and the entirety of the FNAF fandom as a whole. And the reason why I respect the Stranger Things fandom so much is because they have the heart of loving that show so much, because, you know, that's weird. It's a show, and the FNAF franchise as a whole is a whole entire collect set of games, except for a few things. But to the molecular level of this shows on why I keep on telling people to not let bullies win. Because this shows what they are doing. What they are doing is absolutely pathetic. And I just don't, and this is another thing I want to point out too. This is recent too. I don't know if it's gonna pop up on my phone, but I will pop it up on my screen again. So as you can see right here, and if I zoom, well, if I do this like that, look at the number of my following. Like, seriously, look at the number of the following. As you can see right here, it used to be at 2,000 following from months ago, within last year. And now, as of today, it's now at almost close to 500 soon. And soon, it's going to go down even more further. And the reason why I wanted to show you guys this is because I'm getting tired of following people who has no care in the world, who has narcissism in their own name, who doesn't really care about the fans of who likes their shit. And this is also going towards our community too about this, because they're still considered as content creators. The issue with all content creators is most of them doesn't really care about the fans. And it's really disheartening to a lot of us as fans of what we like, in a sense. And all of a sudden it boils down to the molecular level. And the sad part about it is that I went, like, it's on my second channel if you guys have seen like the screen record of it, but I had to call out this individual for their own shenanigans, and I'm not going to mention about that ever again, but you guys check it out for yourselves. I don't really care. But what really is so boils down to the pivotal of everything is this. Why is so many content creators not caring about the fans, not watching themselves for their own actions, and yet how come I'm the one and a couple of you others who understands what the fuck is going on in this world, who knows the fucked up shit, gets them speaking all facts into a lot of shit? Like, ask yourself that. Why in the hell would I and somebody else that knows about shit, that understands why we know about facts that has happened within history, that's something that has happened more beyond the basics of history or something like that, and understanding so much of the rhetoric that has happened to anybody, like literally anybody that you can think of. And it's such a disheartening form factor on why I don't follow so many creators as much anymore. And soon I'm about to unfollow more people. Doesn't matter if they're artists or musicians or animators or some shit like that. The main issue here is I'm getting tired of so much of the shit that you guys pull off. I'm referring to the ones who are fucking delusional and fucking not understanding shit. And there's reasons why. You guys individually are the worst human beings to understand that you want to basically dehumanize and demonize people who wants to live their lives. And as of right now, look at my room. I know it's a fucking a city in here, but that doesn't mean this is gonna be like this forever. I'm gonna be very dead honest with you guys. I'm trying my best as humanly impossible to start working at somewhere that is good, that is in a good playing field, but yet due to what's happening in the United States, and I'm being so dead ass, please, I'm gonna say this: do not come into the United States because of the Orange Man himself. I'm not making this up. Anybody that I know who's outside of the United States, please don't come back in the United States until the entire thing is done. But besides that point, I really want to start getting better at living my life and starting to, be self-disciplined, be having the life that I have and have some enjoyments. Because if you have happiness to chase, it's not going to lead you down to that road and some shit like that. But also to the pivotal point of why I'm making this video is, don't listen to people who are decent content creators who doesn't see that the other side of the story, who somewhat heroes, I guess, but not really true heroes. Think of the good content creators of Dan to the M or Corey or I keep pushing his name, Corey X Kenshin, or Markiplier, or Jacksepticeye, or PewDiePie. Those type of content creators do exist, and they do care about the fans, and they do care about humanity and faith, and they do care about their lives, and they know their actions. Same thing with your own family members that still cares about you, or your friends who helped you to shape who you are today. Those are types of the people who are actual true heroes. The people who are decent content creators who keeps not seeing the full side of both sides of the story. Same thing with people who are absolutely disheartening content creators, like the one dude that I had to fucking debate him about a friend that, this guy in that portion does not care about the fans, and all he cares about is himself, and that's it. And let me be as a fucking so clear on so many levels that please start reading books about something that is connecting to whatever what's going on. And the good book I'm about to start reading is 1984 by Orwell's book that he created, which is 1984. I forgot his name. I think it's George Orwell's. I think that's his name. But that is the book I'm going to be reading, and that is a book that I will try to read and try to get the understanding why it's so paralleling to what is happening in the real world. Or even other books too. I forgot to mention. There's other books too that are paralleling to this, and the good example of that is The Handmaid's Tale. And they have their own show about that same book that turns out that it's literally paralleling to what is happening within the United States or the world. Like, seriously. Like, I'm trying to teach you guys to understand that hope is still alive, and if we don't do something about it, okay? If we don't do something about these motherfuckers like Rye or anybody else for this particular matter for their own actions, and like I said, the never-ending war is gonna bring upon us, and it's gonna break everything. Because within the last 10 years, people who does not care about humanity, that does not care about equality, that does not care about diversity, and the people that does not care about hope and creativity, especially creativity, based on my own quote, I'm just a guy who has a lot of creativity. Who the fuck you are? Some dude who wants to turn the world upside down? Like the Orange Man himself? Like, what the That's what really pisses me off. Is people doesn't understand that people are trying to get through their lives, trying to figure out shit, what is really wrong with the world. And let me tell you, and again, as a recap, don't listen to your hero. Don't listen to people who doesn't see the other side of the story as heroes. Because remember, the good content creators are good heroes. Same thing with your family members. Same thing with your friends. And even neighbors, too. Some neighbors that you know that you've been friends with for a long time are heroes, too. So please, for the love of everything, please hold yourself accountable and do things better, everyone. Okay? And that is pretty much it, you guys. Thank you for my past self to basically explain what he had to explain. But like I said, the King Excalibur video about the entirety of the situation again, from their own perspective of King and Will and I forgot one person in particular. It's in the description below. And please, I'm going to still say it, please support the victims that got victimized by these people who is still trying to move on away from this shit, and they can be free. But again, like I keep on telling y'all, we cannot ignore what these people are doing because of their own actions is going to have some consequences later down the road that will make a domino effect onto everything on a global scale. And we do not want this happening. It's already happening as we speak with the United States right now. But that doesn't mean we cannot be so defeated by every level of bullying that exists within this world. We cannot normalize bullying. We cannot normalize everything that we see. And please, like I said, do better, everyone. Do better. Be better for yourself. Be better at what you do. And please, don't fall into the wrong hands. Because I don't want anybody that I know that falls into the wrong hands, betrays the entirety of humanity, of human beings. Other than that, as always, stay fresh, stay safe, watch your surroundings, and stay educated, ladies and gentlemen.